Hello student, myself Mr. Pradeep Sawant from Mauli Madhyamik Vidyalay, Sonurli, Taluka Sawantwadi, District, Sindhudurga. Dear students, today we are going to learn the second part of the lesson, an epitome of courage. Friends, in the last video, we have seen that Dr. Stephen Hawking was suffering from a very rare or dreadful disease, and that disease affected his nervous system and eventually weakened all his muscles of the body. And that was a bolt from the blue for Dr. Stephen Hawking. Here we have seen a bolt from the blue means a sudden unexpected shock or surprise. So this disease was a great shock, a sudden unexpected shock for Stephen Hawking. Now look into the second part of this lesson. Let's open page number 63 of our English textbook. Did you open that page? Page number 63. Now look into the page 63, the second paragraph of that page. Let's read that paragraph. So please pay attention. How much time he had left on this planet was very uncertain. The prognosis was bad, and the doctors said they could not do much. Undaunted, Stephen decided to continue his research and even got engaged to Jane Wilde. Hawking says that, ironic as it may sound, it is at this dismal stage he began enjoying life the most. This, he says, was because he started living life for the moment and continued his doctoral research work with renewed vigor. Did you listen this passage? Well, now let's try to understand this paragraph. So, he did not know how much time he will live on this earth. So everything was uncertain for him. And here we come to a new word, prognosis. Here, what do you mean by prognosis? Prognosis means prediction or forecast of a future. Forecast of a future health condition. म्हणजेच मराठीत आपण त्याला रोगाचं निदान असं म्हणतो. The prognosis was bad means the prediction of his future health condition was very bad. And Stephen's doctors also had said that they could not do much for him. So this was a very grave situation, a very bad situation for Dr. Stephen Hawking. Still, he was undaunted. Still, he was fearless. Still, he was not afraid. तो खचून गेला नाही. And he decided to continue his research and even got engaged. In Marathi we called वाढ निश्चय झाला कोणाशी? To a Jane Wilde. So in the same period his engagement was done with a girl named Jane Wilde, and in the same period he decided to continue his research. to continue his research work. That means he was undaunted. He was not afraid, or he was fearless of this horrible disease. And he says, in the same period, he began enjoying his life the most. And the reason which reason is given here? He was living his life for the moment. He was living his life for the present moment and not for the future. And that's why he was enjoying his life at this stage also. This he says because he started living life for the moment. For the moment means for the present moment. सध्याच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये, सध्याच्या असलेल्या स्थितीमध्ये आपण जीवन जगायचं असं त्याने ठरवलं. भविष्यात काय होईल या गोष्टीचा त्याने विचार केला नाही. अँड दॅट्स वाय ही कंटिन्यूड हिज डॉक्टरल रिसर्च वर्क विथ रिन्यूड फिगर. नव्या उमेदीने त्याने पुन्हा आपल्या कामाची सुरुवात केली. सो फ्रॉम दिस पॅराग्राफ टेल मी, how was the prediction of his future health condition? Yes, very good. It is bad. The prediction means the prognosis was bad. Whom did Dr. Stephen get engaged? Yes, he got engaged to Jane Wilde. Also, here is a new word, dismal stage. It means sad stage. And at this sad stage, he began enjoying his life the most. Okay? Did you understand this passage? Now let's look into the next paragraph. In the meanwhile, the disease worked its way into Stephen's body and left him disabled. He began studying the concept of black holes to get his PhD. By this time, he was confined to a wheelchair and was rapidly losing control of his hands and speech. The study of black holes sparked his imagination with bright ideas. He made many epoch-making statements that shook established theories. Scientists believe that the universe began with a big bang. To explain this concept better, Stephen invented what is known as Lie algebra. Did you listen to this passage? Well, okay. Now Dr. Stephen was not afraid. He was undaunted. He was fearless in a sad stage of his life. In such a dismal stage of his life, he was enjoying his life the most. अशा या दुर्दैवी अवस्थेमध्ये सुद्धा, दुःखी जीवनामध्ये सुद्धा he was enjoying his life the most. And that's why he began to study the concept of black holes. The concept of black holes to get his PhD. Black holes means Krishna Weaver. Look into this picture. At that time, he was totally confined to a wheelchair. He was completely bounded to a wheelchair and he was rapidly losing control of his hands and speech. He has no control over his hands, and similarly, he has no control over his speech also. And in spite of all this, he was studying the concept of black holes for What? For getting his PhD. And the study of black holes sparkled his imagination with bright ideas. There were many ideas in his mind. There were many bright ideas in his mind while studying the concept of black holes. He made many epoch-making statements. Here, epoch-making statement means of a great importance at a particular restricted time. त्याने कितीतरी अशी युगप्रवर्तक विधाने केली. His many epoch-making statements shook established theories. त्याने केलेल्या युगप्रवर्तक विधानाने सिद्ध झालेल्या सिद्धांतांना हादरवून टाकलं. Scientists believe that the universe began with a big bang. What do scientists believe? The scientists believe that this universe began with a big bang, with a big explosion, and with that big explosion our universe come into being. This was a belief of the scientist. एका मोठ्या अशा भयंकर स्फोटातून या विश्वाची निर्मिती झाली आहे असं शास्त्रज्ञांचा विश्वास होता. सो टू एक्सप्लेन दिस कन्सेप्ट बेटर, स्टेफन इन्व्हेंटेड व्हॉट इज नोन ॲज लाई अल्जेब्रा. पण स्टीफन हॉकिन्सने अशा ह्या विधानांना, सिद्धांतांना छेद देणारी अशी आपली विधानं केली, युगप्रवर्तक विधाने केली. To explain the concept of Big Bang, Stephen invented what? Stephen invented the Lie algebra to explain the concept of Big Bang. Okay? Did you understand this passage? Now from this paragraph, tell me, what did Stephen study for getting his PhD? Can you answer this? Yes, for getting his PhD, Dr. Stephen Hawking studied the concept of black holes. Very good. When he was confined to a wheelchair. And another question is from the same paragraph. So, what did he invented the concept of Lie algebra? Why did he invent the concept of Lie algebra? Yes, try to answer from the same paragraph. Exactly. Stephen Hawking invented the concept of Lie algebra to explain the concept of Big Bang. And what is Big Bang? Big Bang is a great explosion from which the whole universe came into being. Okay, now let's look into the same paragraph on the same page. I'm going to read the next paragraph. Though confined to a wheelchair with no control over his body save a finger and with a computer to help him express his thoughts, Dr. Hawking is an authority on profound subject of science. Numerous honorary doctorates and awards have been bestowed on him. He is a fellow of the Royal Society and a member of the US National Academy of Sciences. Now let's understand this paragraph. So, Dr. Hawking was confined to a wheelchair. He knew that, and he had no control over his body. He knew that well. He had no control over his hands and speech except his one finger. He could move his one finger and With the help of the computer, he could express his thoughts. With the help of only one finger and his computer, he was able to express his thoughts. And on this stage, also, he was a great personality, authority on profound subject of science. Here, profound means great knowledge. Many honorary doctorates and many awards have been given to him, have been bestowed to him on honor. He was also a fellow of the Royal Society and a member of the US National Academy of Sciences. Means, though he was suffering from a very rare and dreaded disease and no control over his body, he did not stop. He was undaunted. He was fearless. And he still continued his research work and became one of the greatest of the world. So, we should take an inspiration from such a personality. Shouldn't we? Yes, of course. Now I am going to ask you one question from this passage. Can you give me the answer? Yes, my question is, which of Dr. Hawking's achievements are mentioned in this passage? Listen carefully. Which of Dr. Hawking's achievements are mentioned in this passage? Yes, and the answer is Dr. Hawking is an authority of profound subject of science. Numerous honorary doctorates and awards have been bestowed upon him. He is a fellow of the Royal Society and a member of the US National Academy of Sciences. Now look into the next paragraph. In spite of being considered Einstein's equal in intelligence, Dr. Hawking is a very humble man, a simple, down-to-earth man. He has authored many books dealing with his awesome ideas, keeping a layman in mind. His writing is full of wit and humor. His style is so lucid that non-scientists can also understand him. His book, A Brief History of Time, is one of the best-selling books of our times. On being asked how he feels about having the dreadful ALS, Dr. Hawking, the quintessence of optimism and hope, he says, not very different from the rest. I try and lead as normal a life as possible and not think about my condition or regret the things it prevents me from doing, which are not many. Dr. Hawking firmly believes that in the next millennium, science will discover the core secrets of the universe, its origin, its history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. Like Dr. Hawking, there are many people who display exemplary courage in their lives. Let us salute all those brave people who, in spite of being disabled, strive to do their best. Okay? Did you listen to this paragraph? Okay. So, really, Dr. Stephen Hawking was very intelligent. He was as intelligent as Einstein, and still He was very humble, very simple, very down to earth man. आइन्स्टाईनच्याच तोडीची बुद्धिमत्ता असलेला लाभलेला हे शास्त्रज्ञ डॉक्टर स्टीफन हॉकिंग तरी सुद्धा he was as intelligent as Einstein and still he was very humble. तरी सुद्धा अतिशय नम्र, very simple, very down to earth man, अतिशय विनयशील. He had no ego of his intelligence. He had no ego of his popularity and fame. He was a very simple man with down to earth man, vinamra manus, very humble man. He had authored many books. He had written many books dealing with his awesome ideas. Awesome means here impressive. Keeping a layman in his mind, a layman means a common man, a person without any special skill. डॉक्टर हॉकिंग बघा यांनी आपल्या ऑसम आयडियाज मीन्स अफाट कल्पनेतून कीपिंग अ लेमन म्हणजे कॉमन मॅन सामान्य लोकांना समजतील अशा भाषेत पुस्तकांच्या स्वरूपात त्याने आपल्या अफाट कल्पना मांडल्या. सो he had written so many books, several books. And how was his writing? His writing is full of wit and humor. So this is a very surprising for us. Humor and wit means intelligence. चातुर्याने त्याने ही आपली लिखाण केलं. And his style of writing is so lucid that non-scientist can also understand him. Lucid means clear, easy to understand. त्यांची लेखन शैली जी होती ती स्पष्ट, साधी आणि सुबोध होती. His style of writing was so easy that a common person, non-scientist people also can understand him well. Dr. Stephen's book, A Brief History of Time, is one of the best-selling books of our times. So, which book of Dr. Hawkins was one of the best-selling books of our times? A Brief History of Time. The answer is A Brief History of Time. काळाचा संक्षिप्त इतिहास. Okay? That book is one of the best-selling books of our times. या काळातल्या सर्वाधिक खपाच्या पुस्तकांपैकी एक पुस्तक ते आहे. What does the writer say about the books authored by Dr. Hawking? The writer says about Dr. Hawking's books that he wrote many books dealing with his terrific ideas, keeping a common man in mind. His writing is full of wit and humor. His style is so lucid that non-scientists can also understand his writing. His book, A Brief History of Time, is one of the best-selling books of our time. Now, let's look into the next paragraph of being asked. Now, on being asked how he feels about having the dreadful ALS, Dr. Hawking, the quintessence of optimism and hope, says, not very different from the rest. I try and lead as normal a life as possible and not think about my condition or regret the things It prevents me from doing which are not many. Dr. Hawking firmly believes that in the next millennium, science will discover the core secret of the universe, its origin, its history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. Like Dr. Hawking, there are many people who display exemplary courage in their lives. Let us salute all those brave people who, in spite of being disabled, strive to do their best. Okay? Now, Dr. Hawking firmly believes that in the next millennium, means next 1000 years, what will happen? Dr. Hawking firmly believes in the next 1000 years, the science will discover the core secrets of the universe. Its origin, prarabdha, its history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. अंतिम नाश कधी होणार या विश्वाचा याचं भाकीतही स्टीफननी वर्तवलं आहे. म्हणजे पुढच्या 1000 वर्षानंतर शास्त्रज्ञ वर्तवतील असं एक विधान डॉक्टर स्टीफननी केलेलं आहे. अकॉर्डिंग टू डॉक्टर हॉकिंग, द सायन्स विल एबल टू मेक द प्रिडिक्शन. त्यांच्या मते की विज्ञान येणाऱ्या मिलेनियम वर्षानंतर एक भाकीत करतील ऑफ द डिमाइस ऑफ द युनिवर्स इन द नेक्स्ट मिलेनियम. नाउ लेट्स लर्न द लास्ट पॅराग्राफ. डॉक्टर हॉकिंग वॉज सफरिंग फ्रॉम अ व्हेरी रेअर अँड dreaded disease. And still that condition also, he was working very hard. He has continued his research work in that condition also. And not only he continued, but also was enjoying his life for this moment. So it is our duty to salute such people. So let us salute all those brave people like Dr. Stephen Hawking, who in spite of being disabled or strive to do their best for the universe or for this world to make it better. Okay, did you understand the paragraph well? Okay, so here we have completed the lesson and we have seen the whole life of Dr. Stephen Hawking well. So Dr. Stephen Hawking is a great inspiration for the whole world. The whole world could take the inspiration from his life, from his work, from his experiences, and from his extraordinary life. Okay, so here ends the lesson 2.5, an epitome of courage. Did you enjoy this lesson? Now it's time for homework for you. As usual, I am giving you the homework, which is the homework? English workshop on page number 64, 65, 66 and 67. So these activities of English workshop are homework for you. So these are very important activity to boost our learning. So I hope you will do these activities well, and if you have any difficulties while solving these activities, you can always contact me. Okay, bye, see you on the next period.